Okay, a lot of questions. Same questions I'm getting a lot about why the color isn't going in or falling out, and I'm also getting, to address that same old question about voltage, because they are connected. How I set up mine is, as you can see, I have no numbers. No nothing. I don't even have numbers on my dials because they don't mean anything. I don't need to know how many volts I'm using. All I need to know is when I start off to set up this, first off I'll hold down my armature bar for you and you'll see I've got about a nickel gap sticking out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to start off with low power. And as I crank it up, you'll see that needle come down. As soon as it gets to where I got that much sticking out, all you're going to hear is, you'll just hear more noise. So you turn it up till you see that nickel right there. It's not going to go up anymore. My machine's pretty quiet because I have a bumper underneath my armature bar. Everyone else, you're pretty much going to hear it start clacking when it gets to there. As soon as you start hearing it touch, and you're not going to get any more length out of the hair, that's where you want you to start. Now you're going to put your finger up against this. Actually, I prefer if you hold your thumb stationary and move this so that you can touch it with the same amount of pressure as you would when you're pushing into the skin. You'll hear it bog down. But I want you to look at the needle. You'll see how much. Okay, you'll see that needle drop in there. So if you put even a little bit of pressure like you normally would, you see that it's like barely a dime left coming out. That's not deep enough to pack color. So what you want to do is you turn it up till you get that full stroke, got that nickel there, then add another half a volt, maybe even a whole volt. And that will allow you to put a little bit of resistance on there, and you'll see even once I'm touching it, I still have pretty much that nickel. It has to bog down a little bit because that's how you keep it from tearing up the skin. You don't want too much power. If you have too much power, it doesn't give it all. You needed to give it a little. Okay, so you got to find that sweet spot where it gives just a little and you still have a nickel coming out of there. Because if you're touching it and it's going way up in there, you're not going to pack nothing. So it's got to give a little, but not so hard that it's going to tear up. Because what a lot of machines without this bumper, every time it hits metal to metal, it's going to vibrate. Send that vibration down the tube, and those needles are going to shake in the skin, and that's going to hurt like hell. So you don't want excessive power, and you don't want too little power. Once you find that spot, then it'll lay that color in there.